We are good to go. We are ready to go. Good morning, hello, and welcome everybody. Happy June 3rd, Tuesday. Hope you guys are ready for a great trading day. Just got an alert right now on crude oil is crossing a certain point. See where that's at. Okay, it's in a key level right there, so not too interesting. Let's see. So let's start off with ES and MQ like we normally do. And we'll put bookmap over here for now. I want to get rid of time and sales. I don't need that. I also don't use the ES Rhythmic. I use ES Trade Map Lite. I wanted to show you guys, I sort of figured it out on how to get RTH for the session volume profile. So we're going to make this one, we're going to configure column, we're going to make this one session range, and we're going to call it RTH, regular trading hours. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to right click on it and hit reset configure, and now we can do schedule resets. Session starts. Let's do at time every session starts, what, 9:30 we say? 09:30. I don't know if that's gonna work. I gotta look into it again. Yeah. Session starts EDT. So now this should start moving once New York session opens, but we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see if that works. If it doesn't, I'll figure out the settings again on it. So this is session volume profile. This is the whole future session. This should be, let's see if we can reset it now. There we go, perfect. Oh, see that? That's so weird. Reset configure. Can't do at time, or else it would just do every 10 minutes, every whatever minutes. Yeah, I thought it was this way, so we'll have to see. I'll look around into it and do some more research on that, guys. So let's get into some price levels. Let's go over the ES, see if we have any areas of interest. Start with our daily. See where we're trading at. Downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. And it looks like, okay. So we had a green day yesterday. We broke previous day high, closed green. Something to keep an eye on. Opening prices right up here. And now previous day high is up here, previous day low is down here. I'd be looking for us to take out that previous day high today, so I'd like to see if I could find a long position before we break that previous day high. 6 hour. Oh, and it looks like we had a shift in contracts, it looks like. Did we or no? What's this one? No, we did not. What is this though? I think this is a 30-minute demand. Yeah, 30-minute demand. That worked yesterday, man. It worked yesterday so nicely. So nicely. Let's see, D3 hour. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. This key level was pretty solid. I'll delete it for now. Delete, delete, delete. Just going through some old levels we no longer need. Let's check now. We go back to our higher time frames for just a second. Make sure we didn't miss anything. 3 hour, 2 hour. I see a little bit of another 2 hour demand here, but look at the basing. We didn't really have that breakup and continuation. So 1 hour. A little bit better on the 1 hour here. So we can mark that out just so we have it. $58.82. So we'll see if tomorrow, or today I should say, we want to dip again in the morning like we have for the past few trading days, where we sort of start green, we reverse bearish, and then we pull back one more time. Pull back 40 points, but this would be a pretty, about 40-50 points possible. 90-minute, 15-minute, just making sure I'm not missing anything. Yo, what's up, Happy Journey? Good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are all doing good today. I'd really like to see if there's any areas of support down here from pre-market. And right now I just see a bunch of debatable zones at the moment. Like I see possible 15-minute demand right here, but I'm sure that there's like a 30 or 40 over that as well. Let's see. Let's see. When in doubt, zoom out. See if we had any support or resistance that we're missing. Could probably delete this blue zone. Doesn't look like it was working too well as a high. This 15-minute supply was also broken. This 4-hour supply was broken at some point. But this 4-hour supply was broken when we had some type of news catalyst. So I sort of want to keep it as an area of interest because we haven't really reclaimed it yet. Let's see. Now, I guess what I'd like to really see is, I don't know, I was going to say I'd like to see us hold some type of support down here, but that would call for a pretty strong pullback, so I'll probably look for a break higher first and then a reclaim of maybe this 15-minute supply that was broken. And what we'll do is we'll use our tools like Bookmap and Order Flow, things of that nature, to find where there might possibly be an entry. So here's our weekly volume profile that we created so far. And right now it is a pretty big D pattern, but look at this low volume node right here. So we have an LVN right here, here to here. So this would possibly be our long entry if we want to find some support down there. Hey, what's going on, Kev? Good morning, good morning. Hope you're doing good. So this is an area I'd be looking for longs on ES, targeting that previous day high break. Because again, looking for that previous day highs to continue breaking or creating higher lows or creating some higher highs, just short term. So I would like to see if this trend wants to reverse and bring us back higher. Now, I'm going to take a look at NASDAQ too. Actually, you know what? This 15-minute, I'm going to make this a 45 because the 45 covers a little more ground. And we have our impulse move and continuation. So D45. So now what I'm doing, guys, is I'm finding different zones to trade off of. So now I have two levels I'm watching for. I have level 1, which is that low volume node. And I have level 2, which is that demand zone. So now again, coming up with different levels, different areas to enter, different areas of interest. And then the next zone I would be interested in would probably be that 4-hour supply around 59.59. And we'll mark that as a 3. And we have an imbalance in this yellow area from, what is that? From May 29th, that's Thursday. So we have an imbalance from a little while ago. Playing around with my new chart trader, just went short. Cool, man, cool. Let's see, we'll check that lower time frame, see how that's going. Nice supply zone here that we're rejecting, trying to move lower. I'd look for this low volume node, possible long entries there. Look at our session volume profile, how like funky it looks, how we have low volume, no volume between 59.17 to 59.33, which is clearly wrong. 17 to 33, because we see that price chopped for quite some time between those levels, so we can't really use that. Let's see. Which is unfortunate, because now that is not giving us that information, but that's okay, we'll let it play out a little. I wonder if ES Rhythmic has it. Oh yeah, look at that, ES Rhythmic also has... Oh, you know why? Look at this 11.18, and then it's got a gap. Like, an overnight gap, I don't know why. Configure, maybe, did I mess this one up? Reset configure. No, this one's okay. This one's okay. Alright, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it, guys. I do like the shorts out of this supply zone. Short term, though, I wouldn't be careful with any trades. It's 8:45. We don't have good volume in the market yet. Usually New York session opens at 9:30. So that's usually one of the best volume moves into the market. I'm going to add my alert at this low volume node. And if you guys see, we could put our anchored volume profile right here towards the bottom of this trend. And we could see if there's any other low volume areas. And I do see that we have a fair value gap right here. And that sort of shows us another area of low volume. So we've got some support down here that I'm aware of that I'd want to be careful with right over here. So we'll see if we want to run into it, and we'll see how we react off of it. Probably more towards this low volume node right here. Let's see, 30-minute. Where'd I find this one? This one I think was a 45 because that was going off of the past 2 days of information. So let's go back to that 15 for a sec. Let's make sure this visibility is only visible on the 15. Awesome, awesome. So yeah, 15's telling me down here around 59.28, the low volume. And then 30 minutes telling me possibly, well, I guess I'm sorry, 45 because it's going over the past couple days. It's this area right here. So because I have that other low volume shelf right below it, just a couple points, I'm going to look for price to move into this area, right? Move into this, let's see. Move into this area right over here. Quick reaction to this green zone. And then I'm going to take my entry off of that quick reaction stop loss at the low we just make. And that's how I'm going to be taking that trade. Google tanking, I don't know why. We'll take a look at Google too. It's not one of the bigger ones that I watch when it comes to equities and trading, but we could always keep an eye. Do I have Google on my thing? Yeah. Yeah, Google, big drop right there. We could see if there's any news going on. Let me see, let's see. News flow. Now I only have this on ES. We could reset that for a second. We could actually go to symbol Microsoft to see if there's any news coming out on it. 1 hour ago, market chatter. Let's see. Microsoft has laid off over 300 additional employees. The report said that the move adds to the 6,000 job cuts disclosed last month. Okay, so there are more job cuts. Oh no, we're not looking at Microsoft. We're looking at Google, dummy. Google. Google 2 hours ago. No, not much going on Google wise. Keep ES back up there so we could see things that affect the market. Did you guys see how manufacturing came in last month? May's manufacturing came in a bit of a miss. What do you do to have your anchored volume? Basically, Ozzy, what I'll do is I'll just come to the 45-minute time frame, and then I'll find my 6 o'clock candle, and then I'll place it on my 6 o'clock. The 45-minute time frame has nothing to do with the information provided. It's just what chart I have it on. So I'll take it and I'll plot it on the 6 o'clock candle on the 45-minute time frame, and then I'll go into the settings of my volume profile and go over to visibility, and I turn it so it only ranges and sees and it's visible on the 45-minute time frame. That way, if I go to a 15-minute or 30-minute, well, 5-minute, any other time frame, I don't see it. I don't have it on my chart. I do have a 15-minute there now. That's the more recent volume profile we were looking at. But other than that, that is it. That is it. I just want to see it on the 45 so I can take a quick look at it and then come back. Glad I was taking a quick look because we do have a supply zone from yesterday right here on the ES, and this could be a possible long target. S15, this is yesterday's high, and this could also work as a potential area to go long if the market wants to continue at market open and break that supply zone. It's also right near our open price, so we have a lot of resistance, a lot of key levels up here. You know, we will be looking for longs on ES somewhere in this green area over here. This is our number 1 area. Good morning, guys. Let's see. And then this is our, where's our number 2? No, number 3, I should say. 3 will be this area now. So again, just sort of going through our zones, through our analysis, we're able to find better levels, better areas of interest, and create some trade plans that we can keep an eye on. Alright, so 15-minute here is anchored volume profile from yesterday. We're going to drag that up. We're going to delete it, actually. 45 is still from yesterday, that's fine. No really low volume profiles on NASDAQ. Here's just a lot of range. Start on our daily. Do what we did on ES2. Previous day high, previous day low. And let's see. NAS is between two key levels, this purple level and this yellow level. So very, very strong zones there. 6 hour, 4 hour. Oh, is that a 6 hour supply? Yeah, but it looks like we already have a 3 hour supply there, so that's fine. Check out the 4 hour, guys. So you remember yesterday I mentioned how I was looking for the 4 hour to close bullish, and that would require us to close bullish at 10 o'clock, and I think we ended up failing that. Where was it? Yeah, remember this was our 10 o'clock candle close because it's 6 o'clock. So 6 goes into 10. This is our 10 o'clock candle open on the 4 hour. We had a strong push higher, rejected the supply zone, pushed lower. I really like this supply zone on NASDAQ if we're able to scale above it. AVGO earnings this week, you expecting a rip? Ooh, when's AVGO have earnings? Let me know. Let's try to cover that with Benzinga. Get that money. Get that AVGO. Let's see, AVGO. Let's take a look. AVGO. It's coming up probably, what, Wednesday after close? They love having Wednesday after close. Earnings date Thursday after close. Alright, Thursday after close, AVGO earnings. Cool, 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 cool. While we're on equities, guys, let's take a quick glance and see where our equities are currently trading at. Are they above their previous day highs or lows? Should we be expecting a range or trend? Well, I see Tesla's trying to move higher, not above previous day's range. Nvidia's trying to move above its previous day's range. Tesla's squeezing to push higher. Looks good for a bull run when market opens. Apple pretty range bound right here. We could see that on Apple if we even drew trend lines up on there. We see how tight price action's getting. Now, I don't like trend lines as a trade confirmation too much, especially by themselves, but it does help us visually see when price starts to squeeze. And when price starts to squeeze, it could only squeeze so much before it ends up giving us a move. So again, looking for a breakout today. Would like to see some buying pressure today. If we don't, we see some selling pressure, that's okay. I'm okay to flip my bias and be bearish, whatever the market wants to present itself. This 4 hours of basing, looking like we want to continue. Might get the same setup from yesterday. Look, 4 hour continued, then this 4 hour opened at 10 o'clock. We dipped lower, and then we were able to push back higher. So NASDAQ, I'd like to see if we could at least hold above this green zone right here. I'm going to mark this out with our trend line, and we're going to call it eyes, because we're going to look for close above. And again, that's what I'm looking for on the NQ off of this level right here. That's off of 477. And I'm looking for the 4 hour to stay above. It's going to help keep my bullish bias today. Now, guess what? Also, if we're able to move back into this range and we find some support, I'm going to try to take some longs there and see if we can find support in that area. So it's definitely a few things. We do our analysis, we find our levels, our areas of interest, our potential setups, what we could be seeing in the market, and we wait and we react. Let's take a look at gold real quick. Gold has been interesting to say the least. Gold took out previous day high yesterday, and I want to bring up Edgeful for this because this is where the stats matter. We'll go over to GC, and we'll do previous day's range. Let's see. Previous day's range, we're on gold, GC. And we're going to look for our daily session. We want to look at our bi-week day. And we see that Tuesdays, when we take out previous day high, we have a 79% chance of closing green. We took out previous day high today. We have a 79% chance of closing green on gold, almost 80%. I'm marking out our open price. I'm noting that we're already below our open price. If I find some buying pressure on gold, I'm taking longs on gold and looking to target holding above that open price. Now, if we're able, above that open and above that previous day high, it's major, super important. So this is what I like on gold right here, guys. I would like to see a trend on gold. Gold loves its trends, and this would really help us break. Look at this, guys. Earlier, I'm glad I actually had this one up still. We were creating lower highs, right? Lower highs. We were also creating some lower lows. But now, look at this. We just took out this lower high that we tried to form. We took it out and we closed above it on the daily. I'm bullish on this with gold. I am. And we're also trying to trade back to the top of our range. Gold looks good, guys. 79 is a good percent. Orb the gold. This is, you know what, this is previous day's range. We could check the opening range break on gold too for the New York session. I'm not a big fan of the orb. A lot of times it's just going to tell us, you know, obviously there's a better chance of a double break, but with that information it does get a little hard because you might be forcing yourself to subjectively think, oh, I need a double break before I trade, or oh, I need to short it after we get one break to the upside because it should break to the downside, and then it doesn't, and then you're holding a big loss. We see gold's pretty inconsistent. We had a double break, breakdown, double break, breakdown, breakout. Now we had a breakout that was yesterday, right? Yesterday was the 2nd. So we had a breakout yesterday. So again, if we are looking for trend-wise, that's what I'd be looking for. I'd look to see if that breakout wants to continue. Now I will mention on gold though, we have the supply zone right here. And this supply zone worked as supply and worked as resistance and support in the past. It was resistance here, it was support here, it was support here, we broke it, it became resistance, resistance, resistance. Now that we're back above it, and we are currently pulling back, if we're able to break below 33.70, I would like to see if there's any more support built up around 33.56. Now if we are able to get a good long position down here, and again, we're looking for longs because of these stats, I'd be able to take those longs and target somewhere near or above that open price for a really great trade on gold. Now, do I think gold's going to pull back 26 points just to rally 50 points? Probably not, if we're being realistic with ourselves. There's a good chance it doesn't, but we want to be realistic and we want to be ready for anything. Now, I'm also looking, here's a 15-minute volume profile, and this is back from Thursday morning. So this is Friday, Monday, and now Tuesday's information. And I see from Friday we have very low volume in this area. I'm gonna move this up because it's no longer valid from that point, and I'm actually gonna move it to Sunday because I'm curious to see Sunday 6 o'clock. Yeah, look at the low volume down here, guys. So something else I might look for, if we don't want to come to this broken supply zone, is I'll at least look to see if we want to sweep that pre-market low right here. And this could be our sell side liquidity, because I'm looking for a sweep of this liquidity, and then for this low volume nodes to hold up as support. Now that would be a bit more of a reasonable trade than waiting for a 26 to 30 point drop and then a reversal, because now I'm also only looking for about 40 points. So let's be realistic with the market. This seems like a better setup right here. We do have, actually, check this out, a 15-minute demand zone. And if I zoom in, I'll show you. 15-minute basing, strong move, continuation, and it held as support in the past. So this is a really great demand zone that falls right under that pre-market low. So now I'm going to use this demand as my long entry under that pre-market low, be able to tighten up my stop loss with that demand zone. Look how great that is. Now we're looking at possibly an 8-to-1. We'll bring this down. Almost an 8-to-1 over a 7-to-1 risk to reward on this trade if it pans out. So we're going to add our alert on gold there. Definitely curious on taking that trade. Let's see. I will be taking that trade for sure. Let's see. And that's sort of it on gold. Really would probably only consider longs based on the stats. And we could check performance by weekday too. Today's what, Tuesday? Tuesday. Daily. Tuesday, not really the strongest. It looks like Thursday, Monday, and Friday are the strongest. If anything, it looks like Tuesday is the least strength. However, look at Tuesday when they have red days, it is the weakest to the downside, right? Tied with Friday for the weakest to the downside. So with that being said, I do want to be extra patient with this. Previous day's range on gold. 30-minute. Oh, let's get this VP out of here. Oh, wait a minute. This VP is from Sunday, and 30 minutes from when? Oh, the other week. I don't need that anymore. But again, look at this 30-minute from last Tuesday is also telling me we have low volume node right there. If I drag it back even further, we'll see. Still lower over there. So, very interesting. We'll take a look at it. We'll keep an eye on it. I would like to see if we could find some sell-side liquidity, some longs right down here. Take a quick screenshot of that, and we'll, let's see, daily, by weekday, 79% chance, closing green on a Tuesday. Got the club closing green on a Tuesday. Let's see. Alright guys, taking a quick screen grab of that, seeing what's going on. YouTube, making sure you hit that like and subscribe. Discord, love you guys. Hope you're doing well, ready for a great trading day. Now let's do a quick mock write-up on gold today, guys. GC. So GC, gold, and that's also for any Forex traders, XAU, USD, right? If you were trading gold Forex. That's the gold Forex pair of gold and the US dollar. So what's been going on with gold, right? Let's take a look at gold, do our breakdown as we usually do on some type of higher time frame. See that we took out previous day high yesterday. Okay, so gold took out its previous day high yesterday and closed very strong to the upside. Last night, overnight, we also broke previous day high, so I will be looking for long positions below our open price to try to hold it till we're above our open and try to close green again. Now when I say and try to close green again, I'm talking about a daily time frame. So this trade, guys, if we're able to get a really great position down here, depending on how many contracts we're in, might be a buy and hold, where we take the trade, we hold it for the day because we're looking for that trend today. It's really going to depend, though. It's going to depend on market structure, volume, and follow through. Gold took its previous day's high yesterday and closed very strong to the upside. Last night, we also broke previous day high, so I will be looking for long positions below our open priced. Great. We have a 15-minute demand around 33.69, as well as some low volume from previous session, from previous day's session. Edge full stat that we were using, right, is when we break previous day high, overnight session, when we break previous day high on Tuesdays, we have a 79% chance of closing green. This is why I'm looking for longs below our open price. Awesome sauce, right? That's our write-up. That's what we're looking for on gold. Give me a half a second just to send that out. Keep everybody happy. And then we'll look at oil. Oil actually did end up giving a pretty interesting move yesterday that I want to cover. Need 30 seconds here, ladies and gentlemen. Do appreciate your patience. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Give me half a second just to get this going, ladies and gents. I do appreciate it. All right, we're going. All right. So this was gold, that was ES, that was NQ. Now let's take a look at oil. See what's popping on oil this morning. Now oil. This was oil yesterday. Remember, guys, yesterday I was looking for shorts on oil around 64, right? And we did not get that 64. Markets moved up, and we whiffed my 63.90 by 2 cents, and we sold off from there. Created a fair value gap, created a nice imbalance. That imbalance worked out for a nice short position later that day. That's what I wanted to sort of cover real quick briefly. Now, because I saw that selling pressure yesterday, and I do see that, look at this now. We're trying to make higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high. So do we want to go make that higher high? It looks like market structure wise, we are trying to go make that higher high on oil. With that being said, we could look to see if we have any low volume areas. This volume profile is all the way from last Tuesday. So we could bring that up and we could just bring it to today. And that will be 6 o'clock today. And we see that we're very range bound, right? We have our D shape. When we have our D shape, what we like to do is look to sell the highs and buy the lows. We would not take this fair value gap here. Volume is pretty even there. It was lower, but it started to pick up. So no trade zone for me in my opinion right here. We go back to the 30-minute time frame. Check one more volume profile here. Again, same situation. We have low volume to the downside, so I'd maybe consider longs down there. But I'd really much rather be patient. Look at our daily time frame. We took out sort of the same situation on crude and gold. We could check crude here and see what crude's odds are of breaking the previous day high and closing green. But not so much the same in the sense that gold did take out previous day high already overnight. Oil did not. But it's good to know ahead of time too. Tuesday, previous day high broken, 77% chance of closing green. We haven't broken previous day high yet, but it looks like it's going to be trying to. I have my alerts at previous day high. We're ready for it. We are ready for it. Even on bookmap and stuff, right? We're ready for it. Got range bound ES has been. Markets haven't opened yet. This is NQ. Here's ES. So crude oil, let's knock down some lower time frames, see if we see anything of interest. 3 hour, 4 hour, I don't see anything. We're range bound yesterday, gonna find a lower time frame zone. I like this area right here. Because we see this was resistance, resistance, support, 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 support. So I would probably mark this out as our sell side liquidity. And what I'd look for at the sell side liquidity is a sweep and reversal off that. Once we could sweep that and reverse back above it again, then I'll look for market structure, a higher low off of that level, and I will look for longs. Right now, our hourly is sort of creating a supply zone, right, where it's basing. So I'm going to mark that out and just wait on oil. Now, what I'd like to see is oil push lower off of this hourly. Look at that big seller we stepped into, 63.50. A lot of selling delta. I would not like longs. I'm almost thinking of taking shorts here. I'm not, for the sake of point of control being up here at the moment. If I was able to enter before this 5 opened, I would have, because this 5 minute, this green 5 minute point of control is all the way down here. We have negative delta on that candle. We did. Yeah, I'd be looking for continuation on oil. That looks pretty solid. We just need to find a pretty valid entry, though. Looks ready to just rip its face off to the downside. Let's see. They're struggling on 12 though. Not too many orders coming in at 12. Let's see. I'd like to see point of control move lower with price for oil. Right now it's no trade, right? It looks like it wants to continue, and that's about all the info oil's really giving us right now. I like 63.12 because they're struggling with it right now. But at the moment, really not much else to go off of. We have 15-minute pushing lower. We have 30-minute trying to move lower. I mean, hourly, I said I wanted to see bearish. So there's a few things lining up that I'd like to see us continue lower. You know, if you want to take a light short position here and just be a little careful with the stop loss for now. But that's sort of how I would take it if I was taking long shorts on oil here. And we'll see. I like the aggressive selling delta too that we've had. CVD is still green, but it is trying to push red. Time in sales is right here. Not too interested in time in sales. Let's see. I'll take a light oil short here, but I, again, want to be careful. Looking for continuation down lower, but oil has been a very tough read lately. It's been very range bound. Yesterday we had a good sell-off. That's what I was looking for today, hopefully. So we will see if we want to find that continuation. The squeeze here and break lower. I am in just a couple cons on oil shorts. Come on, give us a big drop there. There we go. I'm in at 63.10. So remember, guys, I mentioned that I liked 63.12 was getting weak. Could have probably got 63.12 as a fill, but that's okay. Looking for continuation on this trade. 63.17 is my stop loss. Because we see we built some resistance up here. If we do flip at this point, then I'd much rather get out before we could hit 63.20. Everything is talking about shorts. Meanwhile, I've got a long take profit, 59.43. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Happy. I'm with you on possibly longs today on ESNQ, for sure. Where's gold? Gold still hasn't really given us much. Here comes oil back to my entry price, chopping and bopping around. Let's check our volume footprint. Really needed to see that volume step up when price moved lower, and it didn't. Look at point of controls up here. That's a bit of a red flag on these shorts. My stop loss is 17, like I said. 63.17. Stop filled at break even. Yeah, I'd be careful on longs here, because again, I'd like to see a manipulation when the New York session opens to give us some type of push lower, trap a lot of people in shorts, and then reverse back higher. So that's what I was sort of hoping to see before we can reverse back higher for the day, so I'd just really be patient here. Come on, gold, oil, give us a crazy drop. Let's just sell off. Still got resistance above us. I'm just worried that we do have these price levels, 63.50, 63.75, that could possibly work as targets. Again, that's why I'm being a little careful on this short. 20 seconds left for the 15 to close. Want to see this 20 seconds, some selling pressure step in to push us lower. We also have 10 seconds left in the 5, and I was looking for us to move lower off this 5 to possibly create a fair value gap, but it's really not doing that. It's really struggling. We have 3 seconds left here. Not looking too good. Definitely not looking the best. I'm going to hold these until either stop loss or take profit. No in between. My only red flag on this trade is that the point of control is higher on this 5 minute right here. We're starting to base out over here. So I'd really like to see selling pressure. No ifs, ands, or buts. But 17 is my stop loss. I'm cool with stopping out, so. Big seller at 63.15. Looks like they're trying to defend their position. Currently in a short on oil. Okay with stopping out. Okay with it hitting take profit. Okay with anything, guys. We got to be okay with the results of any and the outcome of any trade. Any and every trade. I want to see how we react up in 63.15. Come on, oil. Give us a sell-off. Give us a beautiful, beautiful sell-off. It's like, I don't want to. Make sure our time frames are lining up okay. Hourly starting to move. Remember, we had our hourly basing. I was looking for this hourly to push lower, and then the next few to also continue, which could possibly lead to a hold if this trade wants to work in our favor. It does feel more like it wants to stop on here. I'm watching 63.15, stop loss 63.17. Nice. Come on, oil. Let's get some follow through off of that sell, though. I don't want to see this weak selling pressure. I want to see, there we go, strong selling pressure, volatility, step in, give me something. Something to go home to. 63 even. There's 63 even. Broke 63 even. Beautiful, guys. Nice little trade here. Get out of a contract if you want to just lock in some profits. Play it safe. Give me one more drop. I'll probably get out. First TP 69. 62.90. 62.90 first TP. The selling pressure's falling out the sky. I don't want to get out just yet. We do like to get out into strength, but we don't know if we got another leg here. Could probably get out of one contract here because we're at VWAP too. Get out of one contract at 96 if it dips to 96 right here.
Hey Kevin, I got a question, man.
Out of one. Yo.
So you took that short, but so close to VWAP. Do you trust VWAP? Not like it? Do you just trust your supply zones more? What do you think?
I trust my supply zones way more than VWAP, but VWAP, as we see now, is holding pretty well. I might get out of two contracts and hold just one. But yeah, no, I wasn't really using VWAP on that trade. See how volume is on this breakdown. Good point of control moved lower. I'm holding these. There we go. Let's go sellers. We're going to go down another leg, guys. Sell imbalance just came in there a little bit there, too. Really going to depend on how this 5-minute closes. But with point of control moving down here, some selling imbalances trying to form, I'd like to see us continue lower. We didn't really have any major buyers to reverse us right now. So I'm going to hold this trade and we'll see. Let's see. A lot of volume picking up here at the VWAP level. There we go. There we go. Let's go, guys. Huge. Remember, guys, I was looking at the hourly time frame to continue in the downside. Therefore, a 5-minute moving into my favor is great, but I'm really looking for a handful of them. So we'll wait. I'm out of one contract here, right? TP1. I wanted to do TP1 at the bottom of this 15-minute fair value gap, but that's alright. TP1, I caught 12 ticks on oil. Still holding two contracts. I'm considering just getting out to call it a trade there, seeing how we're basing right now. But 1 second left in the 5, it looks much better to continue lower than it does to reverse higher. There's 97 again. I want to see price. I want to see a lot of time in sales hit at 96, because that would show me that volume is accepting price at 96. Right now we're only really getting 97s. I'm thinking we might pull back here a little bit. trap anybody that's trying to chase these shorts. I'm still on the short though. I'm not stopping out. Stop loss is 63.17. Up here. And how are we doing on Bookmap? Let's see. Do we have any price levels to target to the downside? 63.58. Not really. I'll wait. I like up here 63.10, 63.13. 10.13 up here. Some selling pressure. But I'm still in these shorts. I'm just waiting now. Good morning, everybody. I'm playing on my second account to figure out this chart trader, though. What is chart trade? I never heard of that. There we go. There's 94, 10, 15 lots at 94, 10 lots at 94. I didn't really see a lot of 96 hit. I wanted to see good 96 volume, but as long as we're below 94 is great. I feel like there's a passive order sitting here at this 96 trying to hold. Want to see a strong break below. Let's go. Come on, oil. That's too bad. I don't like that we had this price level of resistance here at 89. Could be flipping and holding as support. So let's see. CVD finally pushed red on oil too. It looks alright, guys. It looks okay to keep going lower. And remember, hourly. Hourly's pushing in our favor. We have 37 minutes left. What would be great as a target. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. If I had a little money. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Markets are chopping. Markets are not doing much right now. Markets open in 8 minutes for ES and NQ. They've been range bound over here. That's why we're sort of watching something more like oil. This is my first oil trade in a while, guys. Oil has been extremely range bound, in my opinion. Very poor price action. Point of control still trying to move lower. I'm going to wait on this short trade. Hold this. We've got a bunch of red candles in a row except for this one green pullback. So still looking for us to continue till proven otherwise. It's a jazzed up Ninja Trader style indicator. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. Yo, if you have Twitter, tag me. Take some screenshots, tag me. I'm always curious to see what indicators people are using, what people like to use, what people don't use, things of that nature. It's always interesting. Twitter should be right up here somewhere. Trade with Kev. So we didn't get, remember guys, I wanted to see a lot of 96 come through on the tape, and we did not get 96. We got 94 and 95, not get 96. Definitely considering just getting out of this trade for the sake of being out of it. We have a minute 18 left for this 5 to close. I'm just going to wait. Stop loss is still 17, and I already locked in profits on one contract. Minute 5 left on this 5 minute. Want to see the seller step in with strength here to bring us down one more notch. But look at that. They're trying. Trying to hold it. Trying to hold this VWAP right here. I'd like to see if, buyers try to take longs off of VWAP and then get stopped out here. So, might look for another dive. 40 seconds left. $63.02. Not getting much volume at 63.02 either at the moment. I'm gonna wait. 15 seconds left. Point of control's basing out at VWAP. I will get out of one more contract. If we get one more break to the downside. Let's see. Market's open in 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. I'm looking for oil to give me one more break lower. You know what it is, too, though. We were making those higher lows and stuff. Yeah, I'll see if we can get out of oil at a better point. Let's see. Because I also don't want it to rally its way back up to my entry if I'm able to exit here into some profits. But I also don't want to get out if it's going to dump on us again, right? We want to be able to hold our winners a lot longer than our losses. But we also don't want to hold our winner and turn it into a loser. So I'm going to get out of one. I'll play it smart. I'll get out of one more right here. And I'll hold just one contract. This one contract I cannot exit till we either hit take profit or stop loss. Oil hasn't given us our entry. NASDAQ and ES are still very range bound. Make sure, yo happy, when you're using indicators, you have to be so careful because indicators will give tons and tons and tons of false signals. Buy here, sell here, buy here, and then none of them work out. We want to be so careful when using indicators. Only use them when the signal presents itself, when it's coming near one of your key levels or something. Or coming off of one of your levels. Oil with a bit of a pullback there. Volume hasn't really picked up too strong, so I wouldn't be too concerned on these shorts. I'm still holding just the one contract now. I like this pullback for possible re-entry, but I want to add a contract to this. 63.10 was my entry, 17 is my stop loss. Let's see, there we go, oil with a little bit of a rally there. I wanted to see 63.15. 63.15 has got a lot of selling pressure in there. My stop loss is 63.17. If we hit 63.15, let's see. About 76 on the ask right here. So I'll look at the volume that comes in at that 15 level. Now we see this white line here, guys? The white lines show what percentage of this order is one order. So this 81 lots at 63.14 on oil, that's 81 lots, but about 40-50 of them is one order. So we'll see if we move in 63.14. I think they just moved it up to 63.15. 63.15, my apologies. Minute 12 left. Hey, morning, Alex. You know? Alright, come on. I want to see 63.15. Let's go. Yes, yeah, I felt like hopping on the stream today for YouTube too. And usually it's, what's it called? Monday and Friday for YouTube, but I wanted to hop on Tuesday today too. Why not? Market's open in 40 seconds. We'll watch ESNNQ. We'll keep, I'm still in oil, guys, but I have my stop loss place. I have my take profit ready. So I could wait. We'll reset this column right now. Markets are opened. Oil hasn't stopped me out. You guys can watch oil prices right here, 63.09 right now. Good, gold's pushing back, might give us our entry. Nice, ESNNQ right to open price, right to open. I want to see oil. What's going on with oil? Still nothing on that 63.15. Damn, ES and NQ running, baby, running. Waiting for gold, waiting for oil. And obviously waiting on ES and NQ to also give us some type of area of interest. Right now we're going into my zone 3. So no trades for me right now. Do we have resistance up here? I mean, of course we do, but when will this resistance actually start to hold would be the question. I do like the supply zone, but we'll wait one sec. A lot of people taking this breakout higher. I'm still in oil somehow. I want to see us reject the supply zone. Struggling, it's trying to break through it. Let's see, there we go, some selling. Still in oil too. Alright, let's reject the supply zone, trap those people going long at those highs. Let's go, let's go. Get that selling pressure. Nice, nice, here we go. Beautiful, beautiful, let's go ES, let's go, drop, drop, drop. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Another drop here, what? Get out of Uno right here. Do apologize for not saying I'm in a trade here, guys. It happens. I took it off of that rejection of supply on ES here. Entry was 59.0575. I wanted to be careful. It was only like a 2-point stop loss. I didn't want you guys to get in and get stopped out immediately, but I wanted to trust my supply zone up here. Especially after remembering yesterday how quick we reacted to demand. Nice rejection. Oh my goodness, wow. I'm gonna get it all out there for now. And we're still in oil. Oil didn't stop us out. Look at that, oil made its way back lower again. Guys, we're killing it right now. Absolutely killing it. ES might give us another leg here, it looks like. To the downside. Part of me wants to get out of oil, call it a day there. We'll see. Oil on Bookmap, what's going on with oil on Bookmap? A little bit of a double bottom here. My issue with Bookmap on oil here is we didn't really have a strong passive buyer sitting here. It's not like there was a big bid sitting here that didn't get filled. I like the hourly to continue lower, and that's why I'm still holding these shorts. What a rejection in the supply zone, man. Wow. A good trade feels like you didn't even take a trade. Yeah, I'm gonna just close it. We'll see. We'll see on oil. What a trade-off, yes, that was crazy. Oil, I'll give it the 40 seconds. We'll see. Dude, ES went crazy off that supply. We still have resistance above head. We might get another push here. There's some buyers trying to step in here. Let's be careful that they don't trap the people chasing the shorts now, because that quick pullback, a lot of people are hitting that reverse button off of that. I like that rejection off of supply though. Looks so good. Oil with a rip lower. There we go, oil. Like I said, oil didn't really have a big bid down here that it's holding. But this 98 level is definitely trying its best. Get below 98. There we go. There's 96 again. The famous 96 on oil. There's 95. All right, here we go. Nice, guys. Nice. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh my god, oil. Go, baby, go. Guys, amazing. 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 Let's go. Another leg. I'm gonna get out there. I don't trust oil. This volume that just stepped in here would have wanted to see a quicker leg. I don't know if we're gonna hesitate here. This was my TP1 originally, 88, because I wanted to see that 15-minute fair value gap break. So I'm out. I'm out of oil. This is a great trade, guys. Absolutely killer day today. Still waiting on possible gold entry. ES and NQ, I'm going to stay out of those right now. Took a very nice scalp on ES off of the supply zone at market open. So we're just waiting right here. The bot says we're going up and Bookmap is showing a pretty big red line above us. Let's see. Yup, yeah, these sellers, these yellow sellers, that's what got me in the shorts once we started pushing into that supply zone. That helped me on a quick scalp short, but now, look, we're pushing higher, and we're sort of pulling those orders as we're moving higher. So I'd sort of wait at the moment and just see how markets want to play out. Let markets further develop a little bit. See if we get any low volume shelves, see if we get any new supplier demand zones, see if we even break any old supply zones, right? Now this zone up here, I just found a short off of it. Well, if we're able to go back up there and break it, I could look for a retest and a long off of there. Oil trade was killer. ES trade was killer. Again, I do apologize. I didn't say I'm taking shorts here on ES. I was just looking for a quick move off of that supply zone because it was when market opened. When market opened, we started to rally. And a lot of people tried taking longs. So, oh man, we're rallying. I gotta go long. I gotta go long. Buy, buy, buy. And they bought the highs and we got ripped on. Then what happened? They bought the highs. They got ripped on. We reversed. We pulled back. Instead of them stopping out, they hit the reverse button down here. And they got stopped out again. See how the markets play these games? We don't want to be caught up in those games. Ain't no way. It's 6:38. We do have resistance above head on ES, but I wouldn't be taking shorts or longs at the moment. I'd really just wait and see. It looks better to the downside, that's for sure. Alright, I'll take one, but I gotta be careful. Nice. Wow, okay. It was a crazy drop here. Weighted index looks like it wants to sell off. Equities are bearish at the open. I'm in another ES short right here, seeing if we want to push lower. I want to see a crazy drop here. Look at Bookmaps getting a little light to the downside. Come on now. Come on now. Go, go, go. I don't like that we're dancing down here. I never like a market that dances. I'm the only dancer here. I'm gonna get out there for a scalp. Killer day. Killer, guys. Killer, killer, killer. Scalping that, right? We're scalping these ranges. Now we wait. Now we wait. Hope you guys are doing good today. Today's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, May 3rd. Good morning. I love it, man. I love it. Dude, my stomach is killing me today, man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I like that, guys. Gotta have that devil dog attitude to it. Alright, we wait now, guys. Maybe gold will give us an entry. We'll see. Hey, I need your guys' opinion. A little untrade related for the first time. I'll bring something up that's not trade related. So obviously I do shorts content, right? Videos, I'll cover news and stuff, economic news. I guess that's market related. However, I was involved in some crazy seriousness, like medical situation wise, like 5-6 years ago, and they really screwed me up. I mean, bad procedure after bad procedure. Stomach pains now just probably because of that. It's long story short, do I make a 5-part series going over it and exploit the hospital and the surgeon, or no? I think it would be pretty cool. I think it'd be pretty interesting. Always good. It'd be personable. It wouldn't be market related, but it'd be personable. I think it'd be nice. Let's see. Waiting for gold here. See if gold wants to move lower. Remember, guys, we wanted gold to find a long position so we could look for that opening price as a possible target. Yes, and NQ moving higher towards its supply zone. There we go. Yes, moving higher into the supply zone again. Now be careful. Don't be buying these highs again. Probably take out that high we just made. New high a day. Take that out. And VIX is moving lower. We'll see. This might be lining up for another possible short. Just saying. I'm waiting, but I'm considering shorts here if we reject it again. Yeah, let's see. I'll take it. Stop loss is at 51, and if it stops me out, it stops me out. But I am in these shorts again on ES off of the supply zone. Would like to just look for a quick little scalp, maybe about 6 points to the downside. Nice, beautiful, quick reaction there. So quick, so quick. But we're trying to hold it and be a little patient, a little careful there. I'm gonna get out there for, what's that now? Probably like 3-4 points, 3.5 points. Getting out there because I don't want to hold too long. I had great profits on the day, did not want to risk those profits, but I saw a great entry that had little to no pullback, and that's why I took this trade. It's in supply, it's at the highs of our current range. Nice, quick, and simple, non-stressful, how it's gotta be. Yeah, Happy, I agree with you. He said if it's informative and might help somebody out, why not? There's a whole bunch of medical horror stories. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. That's a great, like, if it will help somebody out, that's sort of the goal of it, to help people see what's going on. You know, it's horrible what these doctors could get away with. They told me they had to remove my whole large intestine, and you'll be eating in 4 days. The reason they had to remove it is because it wasn't working, and it was just a nightmare of itself. We're gonna remove it. You'll go home eating, blah blah blah. They remove it. They left it botched, and it wasn't working either. And then they sent me home on IV nutrition, and that's how I lived for about 4 or 5 months, constantly suffering more, still vomiting, dude. It was, when I say nightmare, worse than you can imagine. And then it turned out what they left in me was called an obstruction. It's a blockage. Think of it like a hose. Hose can't spray water. If there's a blockage, you fix the blockage, hose could spray water. They kept a kink in me. They said, that's nothing, don't worry about it. And then they sent me home. I went to another hospital 5 months later after suffering. They saw the same kink. They said that's no problem. 5-minute non-invasive procedure to fix it. They could have just done it months ago. They could have stopped the suffering so much. So that's what I want to open people's eyes to, right? We gotta fight the power. And now you see Trump is trying to get it so that medical debt is back on people's credits. That's going to be tough. Tough on a lot of people who did not ask to go through what they went through. Alright, let's see. Gold. Gold coming up to demand down here. 33. Look at 33.70. Already has some passive orders of buyers in this demand zone on gold. I will be possibly looking for some longs, especially because we're in some nice profits today. So let's see. There's a dip on gold. There's that, what's it called? Drawing a blank on that. There's that, pre-market low. Pre-market low we just took out. I wanted to see us hit this demand zone, though, and start to hold. So let's see. Here comes the demand zone. I will wait to see us dip into it and see how we react. If we can react well, then I'm going to be taking this long. So boom, there's demand, big seller. Gives us a quick reaction. I'm taking the long. Ooh, let's see. It's struggling right here. I'm gonna wait just 1 second. Look at that. Sellers are pretty nasty right now. This is why we wait. We don't want to have our first entry. We don't want to be the first long, first short. We also want to wait because we are still holding this demand zone for the moment. If we could start to hold here, we'll take it long. But because of how strong selling's been, I'm just waiting right now. There we go. Building a little support. Can we build some support under us? That'd be great. Market's like, nope. Boom. Look at that. Massive, massive right there. Not taking any longs right now, guys. That was a wild, wild, volatile move. As soon as I saw he was in Oz. Yeah, Dr. Oz. Yeah, Dr. Oz in charge of our health. That's pretty funny. Dude, I want to take these longs here in this demand zone down here. To go long on such a strong move to the downside, try to be the first buyer down here, it's stupid. We want to wait, see if we could close back above this demand zone. If we close back above this demand zone, then I'll take it long. Right now, this selling pressure is way too valid, way too strong. There's no longs. Yes, you could take it long down here and keep your stop loss right over there, sure. But what if it just stops you out right away? There's no point in taking a trade just to lose. Here's some buying pressure. There's a little bit of buying pressure. Could possibly consider starting a position here. Again, it's because we're in a demand zone. So let's go one contract, take it light. Just be a little patient on this. Okay with stopping out. Stop loss is at 65. It's just 2 points. Looking for a quick reaction on the upside here off of this demand zone. At least a pullback. At least a pullback. Nice. Beautiful. Quick move. Sellers, man. I'm gonna just manually exit. I'm not even gonna let that hit my stop loss. $30 loss, right? I'm not trusting it. If I didn't take those great trades today and I wasn't already above the daily goal for me, I would probably hold this trade looking for it to hold this demand zone and move higher. Because I'm already in good profits, I do not want to do that. Also, we have been seeing some selling pressure, so it's not as certain, not as strong of a trade in my playbook. Oh yeah, guys, catch me today, Benzinga at 10:50. I interviewed the founders of TNL Media Gene. I interviewed them yesterday, and that interview's going out today. If we had a really strong buying pressure, that would be a huge green flag. Small buying pressure, though, coming out of this demand zone could still possibly pull back. I'm just not a big fan of it. Guys, we killed it, and it's not even 10 yet. Damn, look at this, guys. Also, ES rejecting that supply zone. Amazing, guys. Just gotta trust our zones, trust our levels, and be patient. Trust the process. Oil. Man, this oil trade, too, is just phenomenal. Very patient trade. Damn, look at gold, guys, coming out of that demand zone. I did apparently bottom tick that entry. But $30 small loss, that's okay. It is what it is. I'm not tripping. Ain't no way. Amazing demand zone. Listen, if we want to close back above this demand zone, I'll look for a retest back into this area and take that long. But right now, this could just be a pullback. Take this job and shove it report in 10 minutes. Nah, ES, great trade setups, everything is so great. Jolts in 10 minutes, guys. Be careful. Thank you, Jay. Jolts. ESNQ, great reaction. Something that also made me bearish on this on ESNQ was we had divergence. ES broke this high, NQ didn't, at least at that point. Yup, happy also jolts in 10 minutes. So listen, that might also give us a good setup. We'll just wait. Now guys, if you're in green for the day, if you're in profit, you hit your daily goal, whatever the case may be, stop trading. Just stop trading. It's not worth it. Just don't trade anymore. Just call it a day. You hit your goal. As a trader, our job during the trading day is to hit our daily goal. If you hit that daily goal, job's done. You wipe your hands off, job's done. You did your job for the day. You succeeded. Okay, man, this exit on oil too. I'm so glad I just called it a trade there. This thing's been range bound since. When manufacturing flash PMI comes in 2 weeks ago positive, and then manufacturing May PMI comes in bearish. I'm making a video today. I'll probably make I'll see. I wanted to make a video on explaining the two types of PMI manufacturing. So we have S&P Global PMI, which is the flash. That releases about mid-month. That only is based on 85% of surveys. Whereas we have ISM manufacturing. So there's S&P Global Flash, and then there's ISM manufacturing. So think of flash as the flash. It's flashing you real quick. It's showing you real quick information, not the whole thing. And then we have ISM. That's the full-blown, is usually the first, comes out usually first business day of the month, and it's more established and closely watched by institutions and the Fed. So flash is a little bit of a, preview, and then the ISM is really what comes in and tells us how that last month was. Both of which can have a big impact on the market. Dude, the supply zone, oh my goodness. We had PMI yesterday, right, at 10 o'clock. Here's our 10 o'clock, and look, that's where we reversed yesterday. We reversed off demand with PMI to the upside. Before that, markets were range bound yesterday. The day prior, I should say. Killing it today, guys. Absolutely killing it. Love to see that. Gold with another chop around. Again, glad I'm not in it right now. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are doing good today. Happy June 3rd. Can't believe it's June 3rd already, guys. That is wild. Hope you guys are doing good. YouTube, make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. If anybody does need help with any of their trading, please feel free to reach out to me at my website. It's tradingpioneers.net. There is a chat tab if you guys want to just, you have a question. On the bottom, there's a Let's Chat. You click that, you message something, and at some point I will get back to you. Other than that, I have resources. There's under more, there's video library. For resources, I have a free trading journal for you guys. And of course, programs and packages. I have some killer sales for Bullishbrs members. So 8-week hands-on mentorship. This is only 15 because Bullishbrs members, you have access to the Futures Masterclass already. This one, Forget about that one. This is what? 1 month? 1 month is 1 month of lessons, 2 lessons, 8 lessons, 500. 500, 8 sessions, 2 a week. That's what's up. Very helpful. Promise you guys, take some sessions and see a difference in your trading. You want to start something light? 3 for 200 if you're a Bullishbrs member. I'm just looking to help you guys. It's all I want to do when I'm not trading with you guys, right? I want to take some time that I have because of trading and help give back to you guys. Give back the education. Help you guys form some type of strategy, some type of system, rules to follow, good market structure and understanding. These live streams are very helpful and they're great, but if you have individual questions, you want to take time to go over your system, that's what those sessions, those one-on-ones are for. Yeah, thank you, Concentrate. I appreciate it. It happens, man. Let's see. ES, great reaction. Look at the supply zone on ES. Something I want to point out here is, look how range-bound we've been. Market opened in this broken supply. We held it as support. We moved to this not broken supply, so it was a regular supply zone. We rejected it. Came back, held support. We're in a range, so we would look to sell the highs and buy the lows. NAS looks ready to break out. ES just came off of a 5-minute order block right here. It looks ready to have that push higher now. I like this area here on ES. Was resistance last night. We finally consolidated right here during market open and broke it. Came back and retested the range, and now we're moving back higher again. And that would be this level right here on Bookmap. Look at this, 49.45. Broke it, retested it. And once we broke it and retested it, a strong bid stepped in there. Oh boy, good stuff today, guys. Really great stuff. It is 9:58, guys, so we do have, what is it, Jolts in 2 minutes. Jolts in 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. And look at this, guys. Because it's an economic event, look at how they're pulling the orders on Bookmap. We went from very liquid to not so liquid. They pulled most of the orders. Everything's extremely liquid, except for 59.55 up here. That's funny. Jay, that's funny. Jeremy on a 5-minute chart. What? Minute 12 left. Look at gold trying to hold this demand zone. Very nice. I would wait, see if we close above it, and also I'd wait just because we have economic news coming up, guys. Look at all institutions are pulling their orders, so why would you want to stay in your trade? Okay, look at this dark. Look how dark it is. We're going to get volatile in 40 seconds. It's going to wick up, wick down. It's going to give us some type of crazy move. Equities are pumping right now. Nvidia new high a day, Apple new high a day, Meta's pushing lower, Tesla's range bound, and AVGO new high a day. I want to get Amazon on there, not AVGO. Listen, equities are trying to pump right now. ES is trying to dump. I think we get a wick higher. 10 seconds left till we have this. Let's see. Just be patient here. Wait till it comes in. Jolts is very important. Job openings. We'll see how it comes in. And here it is. Okay. Quick little spike. Let's see if it wants to maintain or drain. I was thinking it'd want to pump here. Which it did give us an initial reaction. Quick 6 points, but we'll wait. Nice. Wants to target that 59.55. Now at this point, guys, I would be patient, because guess what? We're moving into a supply zone again, and the last two times we were in the supply zone, we rejected a high and we moved lower. We rejected a high and we moved lower. Do we want to do that a third time here? Now, if we do break it, again, if we break it, then that's great, because I'll be able to use it as a retest to go long. My only issue with that being is our target would be 63, which is only about 10 points away. So we're going to have to find a real tight entry, maybe a 2-point stop loss on that, which is possible. We're so locked in, dude, we're so locked in this range, it's crazy. I think it wants 69.55 though. I'm sorry, 59.55. Ooh, gold's reaction, man. Look at that. That is something. I wonder if this is our liquidity sweep. Ooh, it could be. Look at this strong bid got hit there. Nah, I wouldn't say gold. Gold's a lost cause right now. Those stats were good in our favor, but I'm not seeing the follow through on it. Gold with a double bottom here at this price level, 33.62.60. So this would be considered a long entry, stop loss at the pivot low. But again, with the structure we have on gold right now, it's been too strong to the downside for me to even consider buyers are stepping in until we get a proper reversal. This right here could have been our reversal had we not had economic news dumping us. Yes, and on Q trying to move higher still, beautiful. Oh yeah. There we go, guys. There we go. A few points away. ES 55. Here it comes. There's that break, a new high day. Love it, man. Love it, man. I love it when markets trade like this. Read like a book. Gold with another push lower. Listen, we were wrong on gold, right? We want gold longs in this demand zone. Didn't happen. I took one. I took a $30 loss. Said, all right, I'm not liking it. But we took oil for a killer trade. We took ES for 2 killer shorts. I mean, this day was phenomenal. Killed it, guys. Great comeback. Yesterday gave us choppy price. Worked pretty well today. Let's see, Google watching Alphabet. Shares trade lower. Traders circulate unconfirmed rumor that Apple is reportedly in talks with Perplexity to bring its AI search to iPhones, potentially replacing Google and Safari. There's our Google news. And there's that rejection of new high day and supply and pushback lower, trapping everybody trying to take that breakout trade. And you get it here first, folks. Bullishbrs, see it and hit it and love it. Nice key level here on NASDAQ too, 21,624. We'll do a little cha-cha for the market. Market's been nice to us today. Gold, just dumping, baby. Love to see it. I wish oil gave us a stronger move to the downside today, but listen, catching that was a nice move. How's that hourly? Look at how the hourly ended up closing. Rejection to the downside, I wanted it to close somewhere down here to continue. Did not close and continue, but I was still able to grab a nice short position off of this previous hourly candle rejection lower. Bro, I was watching a YouTube video last night. This guy interviews big traders and stuff. I was watching, Carmine Rosado, one of the best traders I've ever met. He, supply and demand. He was actually my mentor about 6 years ago. And amazing guy, great dude. And I'm watching it, I finish it. Next episode plays, and he's interviewing the biggest NQ scalper in the world. He's over 2.4 million in payouts, blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's great, that's cool, I'm interested. And he's busy talking, he's like, oh yeah, you know, I also mentor, which is, again, whether you make 2 million, 100,000, 200,000, if you know it, great. I love teaching it too, it doesn't matter how much I'd make. If I was making 2 million a year with trading, I'd probably still be doing mentorships. Might be a bit more expensive, but you get what I'm saying. But he was like, oh, I don't like to really show my edge, because that's discretionary, you know. I don't like to show that because that is my edge. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, dude, wow, the market doesn't know nor care what your edge is. Nothing changes. Markets are constantly changing and cycling through different market rotations. It doesn't care if you're using volume profile, if you're using moving averages, supply and demand, VWAP. He was just so vague, and that's what I don't like about some traders, is how vague they could be, because that seems shady, in my opinion. He's like, oh yeah, you know, I'll mark a high and a low, and I'll look for that 50% retracement. I swear, word for word, that's what he said. And then he followed it with, but I don't like getting, like, pinpoint with saying exactly where I'm entering, because that's my stuff. Yo, Carmine is official. Jade Cap, is that who it is? I'm not sure. I could see if I could find it. I want to talk to Benzinga about getting me another show on there. So right now, guys, I host Futures Fever on Benzinga on Wednesdays. I want to talk to them about getting me another Futures show, like another hour segment, where I could bring traders on, like Carmine, maybe even Austin, what's his name? Austin some shit, ASFX guy. A lot of people, I know a lot of people in this trading industry, and I feel like bringing those different types of knowledge and experience to traders could be very beneficial. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if I could find that video from yesterday. Look at that sell-off, man. We rejected new high a day in supply on ES and sold off. Love to see it. That's crazy. Yeah, the video was world's best NQ scalper reveals his A+ trading strategy, and then all throughout the whole thing is him saying how he doesn't say exactly where he enters. That's my script. Blah blah blah. What's this guy's name? Did you say Trader Kane, or who'd you say? Jade Cat. Did they not have this guy's name in the description? It's pretty funny. Somebody's comment says 2.3 million payout or not, the strategy is still 50% model, 50% discipline. Everyone's drooling over the PO3, which is the power of 3, the fractal fibs, the SMTs, but none of it matters if you're chasing trades, skipping steps, or can't manage a stop loss without worrying. The edge isn't the entry, it's the execution. Love it. Love it. Love it. That's cool. That's what's up. Huge rejection, huge pullback there on ES. Came down to this bid down here at 40. Bookmap's such a nice tool. It really shows you some levels, passive buyers, passive sellers. Austin Silver, yup, he's a big one too. There's one guy I don't like, Max Trades or something like that, the big dude with the long hair. It's not because of the long hair, I used to have long hair too, but his orb strategy. And then there's some other guy, oh man, dude, if I get started going off about these Instagram traders, That's why I don't. You guys go on my Instagram. There is no trading on there. I'm not showing you guys. Oh, I made $1,000. I made 10,000. Nah, I'm giving you guys information that matters towards the market. Manufacturing, PMI. Today was JOLTS. I'm going to be covering these things because that's what gives us market sentiment. IG traders, yup. They aren't stock traders or Instagram traders. So many, dude, and I can't even. There's so many new ones where they're like 18 and 19-year-olds. I don't know if you guys have seen that lately, too. And obviously, I'm just chatting away right now because markets have been very range bound. We're looking at a buy the low, sell the high type of situation today. Even gold very range bound. Gold original trade plan. I wanted this blue zone as an area of support, but I thought it was unrealistic. So that's pretty funny. Backlocked in the range. Yup. Yo, Happy, you should consider joining our community. Would be great to have you part of it. Go live Monday through Friday here in Discord. I took that short from the top of NASDAQ. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Concentrator with a killer short on NQ off that key level. NES and supply. That's another great strategy that I like to use. See, I'm not going to gatekeep my strategies because I know my system will work continuously and consistently no matter who knows it or what knows it. But supply, demand, key levels. We had a supply zone here on ES. We didn't have a supply zone on NASDAQ. However, we had a key level we were rejecting. That's an area that's support or resistance. So when we have resistance on ES, resistance on NQ, that's a lot lining up for sellers for a possible reversal back lower or at least a pullback. At this point for gold, I wouldn't take any gold trades until we could get a 15-minute reversal candle, and that might come in the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And the reason I would wait for a 15-minute reversal is because guess what? In 2 minutes and 30 seconds, we could close down here, and we won't have a reversal, and we might continue lower. If this does give us a 15-minute reversal, then that could help us in our favor that we might want to reverse back higher, because now the higher time frame is starting to suggest that. Very range bound. It's funny, I wanted the NASDAQ though, 4 hour to close above. Remember, we were looking at 4 hour and we're getting demand zones formed here. Strong impulse move, looking for continuation. Basing, impulse move, continuation. I'm bullish right now. I know we're in supply, I know we're range bound, but I would be looking for us to break the supply zone, break this key level, reclaim and push higher. Off the 4 hour time frame that opens at 10 o'clock, that closes at 2 o'clock, I want us to be bullish from that time frame. In that window. When I start to get paid, I'll be... Hey, good stuff, man. I look forward to it. Alright, let's see where we at. 25 seconds for that 15 to close. Gold looks alright. Depending how the 15 closes. Oh, nope, look at that. 1 second, and in just that last 10 seconds of that 15 and that 5, we broke lower, and I no longer think we're going to reverse there. Could wait for the 30 minute, 30 minute, that closes in 14 minutes. Just gotta wait on that. ES getting ready to break out. Squeezing. Some buying pressure. These fluctuations are crazy. They absolutely are. I'm tempted to be buying the dip more. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Definitely feeling these dips being bought up a lot more than the shorts. Shorts are short-lived through this supply zone, so I think we're going to break it now. Now, I wouldn't go long here, though. Going long into a supply zone is never on my setup list. Just gotta wait, and wait. Here we go. Beautiful. There's that 55. Getting close there, at least. 53.50. There's that break a new high. Break a new high a day again right here. See if it rejects yet again. A lot of selling pressure right here, guys. Could just wait. We could wait to see how we react off this level. We're either going short off this level one more time, or we're going to break it and find a retest of a long. But right now, look at these shorts holding up. That big passive seller is holding like crazy on ES around 53, 54, 53, 55. I'm sorry, 59, 54, and 59, 55. Too many numbers. And look, this is our RTH, regular trading session. Very range bound right here. We'll look to short the highs, buy the lows. That's it. Guys, we are killing it today. Absolutely killing it. We were done before even 10. Somebody asked a question on YouTube. Where'd it go? It's gone. That's so weird. Oh well. They were asking if there's a way to sync drawings on for replay mode, like to sync all your charts, and there is. If you do replay mode, there's a little arrow next to it, and you can do all charts or single chart. And that way you could replay mode in ES and NQ and VIX all at the same time. Yo, Fairchild, man, good morning, dude. What's up, what's up? Charlie, Mike, what's going on, man? How's it going? Any trades today?
Yo, yeah, I did a couple. Not doing awesome, but on the positive side by a few dollars.
All right, what's going on? What trades did you take?
My bad one was that trying to go long at that high at the opener, so that was bad. And I was like listening to you. I was like, oh crap, I just got caught, didn't I?
Oh shit. It happens, man. It happens. Did you have any levels up there or anything?
Yeah, I thought I had a retest and a bounce, but then it turned, and that's kind of like when it goes bullish on a run. That's when I get in a bit of trouble. I need to identify that and stay out, basically.
Gotcha. All right, listen. It's good that you acknowledge what you need to start to sort of learn to identify and understand. That's great. Make sure you journal it, write it down, and make sure it's something that's the reason I say journal it, write it down is so it's a bit more on your mind than the next thing. Because when it comes to trading, when it comes to anything that we try to get better at, there's usually more to it than just, oh, I gotta execute better. I gotta size down. It's usually more than that. So I got to size down, and then, oh, I got to look for good entry points. Then I got to look for my supply and demand zones. I got to look for areas of interest. One thing at a time, right? So your one thing might be, okay, maybe not chasing those longs at the highs, finding your ranges, whatever that case may be. Work on that first, and then maybe start sizing down, or whatever else you might have to work on. But there's a lot when it comes to trading that could get very overwhelming.
There you go. Here's some visibility for you.
Okay, that's not bad. Break-even day. Winner's about the same size as the loss. Okay, it's not bad. You're okay.
Yeah, that one though, it's like, yeah, that was bad. It was one that just, I don't know. Sometimes I have a hard time failing, right? So we had to work on that.
No, I understand. Listen, you know what? A tip that might really help. What time frame are you entering on?
Well, I'm doing my 5 second, 2 second, and then I'm using ADR right now for technical.
2 second.
Yeah, I scalp the tar out of stuff.
All right, listen. What I'd say with trading such low time frames like that is you really have to be careful, because there's jokes, right? That the 5 minutes okay, but the 1 minute has false signals, and anything lower is just super false signals. A 2 second, a 5 second could get very difficult to trade, especially if you're doing your analysis on, let's say, a 15 minute, a 30 minute, an hourly. If you're doing your analysis on higher time frames like that, you should only be trading in no less than a 5 minute chart. If you're doing your analysis on a 1 minute, okay, sure, maybe trade a 2 second or 5 second, but that gets so volatile, it gets so difficult to trade that you could scalp on the 5 minute. You don't have to hold a full 5 minutes. It just sort of helps gauge direction and trend and momentum of the market. Like this trade I took on ES, where you went long, I went short. I got short around like 59.50, and I got out. 59.50, and I got out for like, I think it was just 5 points. It was a quick move to the downside, but I didn't hold it the full 5 minute chart. I got in. It gave me a quick reaction. I got right out. And it helps to look at the 5 minute. The reason I asked what time frame you looked at it, and I'll give you the tip anyways, is when we're looking at a 5 minute chart, and let's say this 5 minute just opened right now, or a minute ago. It just opened a minute ago. We're rallying super hard. We have a huge green body candle up here like this. Well, what are the odds that we want to rally for another 2 minutes of that 5 minute, and this big green candle doubles in size, which would look extremely abnormal? We shouldn't be expecting things to be abnormal in the market. So if we already have that strong of a body on a 5 minute, and we still have 2 or 3 minutes left, there's a good chance this strong body is doing just that. It's trapping buyers, and then it's going to pull back and give us a wick. When we're able to create big bodies like this and get somewhere high like this, and we only have maybe a minute left in the 5 minute, that's much better in our favor, because then chances are much decreased in that we have time to pull back. When we're moving that high up very quickly in the first minute, much better chance that we're going to reverse. Just some things to consider. I feel like time frame analysis is like my, obviously, supply and demand is, but time frame analysis is a good core to my entry criteria.
Yeah, my,
Like
yeah, thanks
20%.
for that. My entry's on a second chart, but the analysis side of the house, or what I focus on, is that ADR. I don't know if that helps out or not, but it's definitely a little bit different what you do. I also have another chart system where I'm learning the whole supply and demand thing, as well as I carry on with what I do.
Yeah, no, listen, if you find a strategy, a system, just even a system that you find is comfortable for you, then, you know, find those rules, create those rules around that system, and adjust and adapt to market conditions with that same system. If the system's comfortable, but it's not giving you any good outcome, then you might have to sort of change up a little bit. Find something else that does work for you too, but is more comfortable and has better outcome. Sorry about that, YouTube. YouTube was saying that my volume is crazy low, and that could explain a lot. And that's because my mic, the gain was much lower. Wouldn't look for any trades on ES right here. NASDAQ, same thing. Look at how we've been range bound here. I'm looking for a breakout, but we've just been struggling. And when we have supply and demand, that helps to find our highs and lows for our ranges, right? That doesn't mean we're going to be selling the highs and buying the lows every single time with supply and demand, but it gives us our edge in knowing should we be expecting a trend day or a range day. If we're stuck between two supply zones where one is now a demand, one is still a supply, then we should be expecting a very tight range, and that's exactly what we got. If we didn't have the supply zone right here, and the next supply zone we had was 59.59, well then there would probably be a better chance that we had a stronger move today. Finally looks like we're trying to break out here. Like, come on now. Take a look at gold. There we go, gold. Nice, gold continuous on these green candles right now. Gold 30-minute closes in 3 minutes. That's crazy, it's only 10:30. There's that breakout, finally giving us a break. Broke previous day high, looks good. I went along from 59.50, 59.50. You went long 59.50? Nice. And there it went. Oh, you wanted along. Gotcha. Yeah, that's a good level. 59.51, we see how it was resistance, like 5 times here. Now we're above it. Now it's support 1, 2 times. So we could possibly see if we want to reclaim 59.51 for a long entry. Right now what I'd like to see is price move higher and then consolidate higher. So we leave a low volume shelf within this supply zone. I was waiting for one. Gotcha. Damn, oil too with the reversal. Oh, 30-minute reversal right there on oil. Looks good to continue. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Yo, what's up, Uncle Rico? What's going on, bro? Welcome to the community. See some new faces in here. Just want to say hello and welcome. If you guys got any questions, please feel free to let me know. Shoot me a message. Drop a message here in the main chat, and I'll get back to you. And also, if you are here on Discord, you have the opportunity to talk. You just unmute yourself, and then you got to make sure you have in your settings or push to talk on. Nice. ES trying to make its run towards 59.59. 59.59. I'm thinking we hit 59.59 and then reject very quickly. I wanted to see 59.64. This was an imbalance from a couple days ago, a few trading days ago, that hasn't been reclaimed yet. Nice. There we go. 59.59 is hit. What time frame do you draw your levels? Good question. Every time frame now. Well, we start off on the daily, right? So we do our pre-market prep. We go to daily time frame. We update our previous day high and previous day low. Then I come to a 6 hour, look for any possible supply or demand zones, go to a 4 hour, then I make my way down to a 30 and a 15, and I'm doing the same thing on each time frame. I'm looking for demand zones or supply zones from previous moves that have happened. Then I come down 30, 15, mark out pre-market highs, pre-market lows, find volume levels, stuff of that nature, and yeah. But every time frame except the 5 minute, I don't really mark out anything on the 5. 15 minutes lowest I'll go. Guys, don't forget to, if you're here on YouTube and you're new, if you're here on Discord and you're new, I will not direct message you first and try to sell you some type of copy trading or ask you to open a broker or anything. They are sort of active, those scammers, unfortunately, and unfortunately, there's no way Discord is helping with it. So we gotta sort of bear with what we got, and yeah, just don't accept any messages unless you're messaging me first, and this is my only account. Nice rejection, man, on gold. That's crazy. Nice, look at that, guys. I said it would probably get a quick reaction off of that supply zone, like, immediately. And that's exactly what we got. Quick 6 points to the downside. Okay, we're retesting this broken supply zone now. Remember, I said I'd probably look for it to work as support. Will the name Kevin Futures please? I know, I gotta set up a better Instagram name too. Trade with Kev or something. Trading with Kev. Does Trading with Kev take him? Trading with Kev. Oh, please be there. Oh, Trading with Kev. Let's go. New Instagram name, Trading with Kev. What do you guys think? Yes or no? Yay or nay? Trading with Kev sounds cool? Alright, cool. It'll stick. Good, right? Yeah, like Trading with Kev. You know why, too? Because social media-wise, I'm not focused on futures mainly. Like I said, I'm more focused on economic data and stuff like that. Here comes 5950. This was a key level earlier. Who was in here that saw that? Happy Journey. Meet Kevin. That's a cool one. Meet Kevin. That's nice. I like Trading with Kev. I like that because it makes it like, oh, well, it's me and you. You know, we're trading together. Trading with Kev. Trading with Kev. Cool, man. Alright, look at this. Here's that support. I do think maybe we find some support here for longs for another leg to the upside. 27 seconds left, though, in the 5 minute. I would be careful. Some support forming 59.50. 59.50, 59.51. 59.50 is right below that sweep right there. Again, I would probably only really be looking for longs here. But I'm staying out of it. We caught some great trades today. No complaints. Trading with Kev. All right, guys, let's see. Where are we going? Where are we going? Here's that key level. Again, I'd maybe look to see if we find support down here for longs. I'm not taking any longs myself, but this would be sort of the bottom of our new range. Cool, 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 cool. Trading with Kev. Dude, I love that. I wanted trade with Kev, but the guy that has that username is still inactive, and I've only messaged him about 40 times asking for it. Come on, dip into 50s. Let's see. Where's our point of control on the chart here for ES? Is it down here? What in the world? Look at that, guys. Wow, 59, 52, 59, 50 area. Amazing hold on those longs. That is wild. Like I said, that's the new bottom of our range now. Let's see, let's see. Oil, wow, oil, man, look at that. Amazing.
I took that reverse, like the whole way on oil.
Yeah? You caught
Yeah,
the, oh,
like
you caught the reverse?
Yeah, I got that. I took a loss with you, like the same trade, because my SL was too close and it just hit the SL and went down. And then I was waiting for the reversal and I took the whole, yeah.
Sheesh. Good job. Great job. I think I missed the next leg. I think we just found our support there, right? We support 1, 2, now 3 times. We saw this area was resistance though 5 times. So maybe it'll reclaim it one more time. These fluctuations have figures messed up. What do you mean by that, Happy? Now we're chopping around here. I'm not taking any trades here because we have a lot of resistance to the upside, but we're also trying to build support to the downside. So really a no trade zone. 10:30, markets already gave us some phenomenal moves. It's a matter of being patient now. That's crazy. Gold came off of this blue zone though. Yo, XO, great job on that oil trade. Fantastic.
Thanks, man.
You got it. Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, I agree. I think point of control is thrown off. I think point of control might be thrown off though because of the apparently my book map looks like it glitched out from 59.17 to 33. So it's not giving me any volume information there, so that's why point of control is so skewed. Should be like up here somewhere. I could reset this, but I don't think I want to do that. YouTube guys, run that like button up a couple more times. I like to see it. Killing the markets today, absolutely. Cool. How exciting. New Instagram handle. Gives a shit. Alright, let's see. Oil, man. Beautiful run on oil. I was looking to see if we could take out that previous day high today on oil. It's funny how oil's giving us that. Gold is finally reversing off that blue zone I had. It's pretty fire. It's also a low volume shelf. Remember, we were looking for those low volume shelves. Hey, good looking, YouTube. Appreciate you guys. Guys, what do you think I covered today? Do I cover the jolts, job openings, or do I cover the 2 different types of PMI? Or both? I suppose I could do both. What time is it? All right, let's see. Let's see if it comes back down here. Now, guys, if it comes back towards 59.52, I don't want to ask you guys to take a trade. I'm not going to ask you guys to take a trade. I'm going to ask you guys to consider it. I don't know. Down here, key level over here, and that's because this key level, and I'm going to mark it out with a yellow rectangle so you guys could see it even more clearly. Look at this price area. Resistance, 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 flipped, support, support, support. This is our new support area, guys. PMI, yeah, PMI ISM, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do that video then. I think that'll be a very good one because it's not going, I won't be going over the exacts what came in for May's PMI. I did that yesterday, but this PMI video will be explaining the 2 different types of PMI reports and what they break down for us. So that'll be like a what is PMI manufacturing. Oh, let's see. I want to see. Pull up the YouTube. I want to see it. My interview is going to be up in like 5 minutes. Who wants to watch it? I'll keep it over here. I'll let you guys know when I'm on. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are doing good today. Hope you guys had a great trading day, too. I know today has been killer for us. Quite the comeback we had today. What do you do? What do you think about BA? Let's check it out. I haven't done BA in a while, man. I used to love trading Boeing options-wise. What do I think of Boeing? I think if they could land their planes, that would be great. Oh, there we go. Boeing's flying. Ha. Alright, I'm done. Let's see. I would start on the weekly, so you see how I have to zoom so far out to see where these recent price levels are in relation to where we are today. I would start with the weekly then, so I could get more information on the chart. Perfect. See how much more information? Now we could zoom back in. I'd mark this is an area of resistance. And I'd look back to it and just see if this was anything. Sort of a tough point. I'd maybe move this up to like here. That's there. And then let's see. Now, what I'm doing right now isn't supply or demand. This is just basic support and resistance. I'm finding areas where prices ranged in the past and I'm marking them out. So this was highs, this was lows, this is our range. So here we go on Boeing. Now I can find, again, next high of a range, because now it looks like we might want to break through that one. Next target on Boeing might be towards 231. So we'll see. We'll see. We got a lot going on. Oh, there's even more to zoom out and check, right? And again, we could always extend these to see how price reacted or respected them. Look at how well price respected this 197 area back here. So 197, 196, that's a good area for potential buys on Boeing. This was this high, a high, a high. So it's sort of near an area of resistance right now. I would be a little careful with it, but if we're able to break 220, it could probably definitely go make its way to 232. Are you in anything long term right now?
Here with Kevin. So
Hey Zingers, and welcome back to All Access. I've got a wonderful guest for you today. Matoko It's a pre-recording. and Joey Chung, co-founders of TNL Media Gene. Ticker under the NASDAQ is TNMG. I hope you're ready because All Access starts right now. Go drop a like, go drop a like, hurry up. Pre-recorded. Matoko, Joey, thank you guys so much for being here today. They have a very interesting company. Absolutely. So, for any of the viewers who might not be familiar with your company, why don't we start off with a brief overview of what you guys bring to the market? They just IPO'd recently.
Sure.
Let's see.
Melissa is calling from our Tokyo office.
I believe
from
so.
Our Taipei office. But
Yeah.
basically, we're setting out to build the largest pan-Asia, multi-language, multi-market.
Interesting.
independent
IPO'd at
high-quality
16
media,
or IPO'd at
also tech,
11?
Data, AI,
This is Benzinga, so they go live every day, and this is their all access interviews. They have interviews, they're called all access interviews. We interview CEOs, founders of companies, stuff of that nature. I conduct a lot of these interviews for them. Good stuff. I like working with them. Benzinga's a great company. That on the Benzinga channel, yo, you know it, Fairchild, you know it.
Yeah.
Look at this. You guys got me live here. They got me live over there. I'm everywhere right now. See. Put gold back up there. Damn, man, ES really held that 59.52 perfectly as support. Konnichiwa. Direct comparabilities?
Yeah, we get that question a lot. Yeah, there are of
You've
course.
heard of
a lot
Benzinga. Benzinga's
comparables,
pretty huge.
And comp companies.
Some of
if
the
they're-
top financial news outlets out there.
But I think we're very, very rare, if not very one of the.
Alright, I'll turn that off for us. There's a new high day on ES again, guys. Something we've been seeing today too continuously is we've been making new high days since 9:40 today. ES ran away without my money. Oh man, I know, man. We were looking for that 52. Gotta trust our zones. I know at this point, when we were pushing lower over here, it looked like we were just selling off. But markets know how to look one direction before flipping the other. Just gotta trust our levels and trust our zones. Trust the process. Yeah, Habibi, you're in some Boeing. Are you in stock or options? Should center myself a little better on the interviews.
DNA, we won't forget. It's still.
Okay, so I did have one last quick question because I know you have some slides ready for us. Since your company went public just a few months ago, before that, were there any noteworthy investors during that entrepreneurial journey that might have helped? Had a lot of And how did investors. they help during those stages?
Sure. So
Alright, let's see. ES traded very nicely today for us. Oil is retesting this demand zone. Remember, we broke it. I wanted to just close above it and retest it, but I wouldn't take this anymore on gold. Low volume shelf between 66 and 67. YouTube guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I hope to see you guys soon. If you keep that like button running up, I'll go live again tomorrow is Wednesday. Don't forget, join me for Futures Fever tomorrow on Benzinga with me, the Einstein of Wall Street. His name is Peter Tuckman, and David Green. They are day traders and brokers. Einstein is still a broker on Wall Street, and he has been there for over 40 years. Both of them have over 40 years of market experience. Make sure you guys join that show tomorrow. We also do giveaways of a free Apex Trader evaluation account. So lots of good stuff going on. If you are still in here, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Trading with Kev. And I will see you guys